Hello, Deer Creek Mountaineers. Please pay attention carefully as we review some of the content from the Jefferson County Family Handbook and the Deer Creek Student Handbook. These are both available on the school website. Make sure you read through both handbooks with your family. You will be given a form to take home today. Signatures are needed from a parent or guardian, as well as from you, which indicate that you are aware and knowledgeable of the rules and regulations as a student in Jeffco and at Deer Creek. Routines and procedures are important for a successful and safe school. These routines and procedures are in place to support a positive school climate, and it is everyone's responsibility to make them successful. Whether before and after school, in the hallway, during lunch and recess, or in a classroom, a safe, supportive, kind, and academically successful environment requires that everyone show respect of the policies and expectations. You will find a poster of the school-wide expectations in each classroom. In addition, your teacher may discuss other routines or protocols specific to their class and room. As the purpose of a school is education, it is every student's responsibility to listen and follow requests by an adult, whether in learning or safety situations. There are 5 universal expectations for all students. Be on time and ready for class. Give attention to instruction and directions. Be respectful, safe, and kind. Use school technology responsibly, and eliminate distractions from cell phones and accessories. Your teachers will be reviewing each expectation in detail. Chromebooks are a great tool, but only if you have one charged every day and use it appropriately. Make sure you practice internet safety and report cyberbullying to a trusted adult, as it can be serious. Chromebooks should be in your locker for lunch and recess and taken care of. Your Chromebook is a learning tool and should be used for school purposes only. Remember that the device is owned by Jeffco, and it can be searched at any time without notice. Read the Internet Usage Agreement carefully, as misuse of the device or the Internet has consequences. Cell phones and earbuds are not permitted for use during the school day. Phones and earbuds must be in your locker during the school day, during lunch, and at recess. If you have your phone in class, the hallway, or at lunch, an adult will take it to the office, where you will pick it up at the end of the day. Repeated issues can result in a school consequence, such as contact home, detention, a contract, or other responses. If you have a phone at school, be smart and keep it in your locker all day long. If your family needs to get in touch with you, they may contact the main office. If you need to contact a parent or guardian, or if you are sick, come to the main office so that we can assist you as needed, and we will help you contact your family. Students under the age of 17 are required by law to be in school. You also need to be on time every day and to every class. Being absent means you are not learning, and being late is disruptive to the learning of other students and the teachers, not just you. We will be closely monitoring absences and tardies this year and will follow up as required. Repeated tardies will result in school consequences. We would rather just have everyone here and on time, and these are things that are important for your future. There can be a difference between outside school fashion and inside school fashion. You may want to express yourself by your clothing choices. Student attire shall not, however, be disruptive to the educational environment or compromise the maintenance of a safe and orderly school. A dress code is in place to provide a guideline for attire at school. Make sure you read the entire dress code in the student handbook so you are familiar with the expectations at Deer Creek. Some of the dress code includes shoes as required, tops must have sleeves or straps, bottoms must provide adequate coverage when walking, sitting, and standing, no hats, hoods, or sunglasses in school, and clothing that promotes or has words and pictures of drugs, alcohol, sexual references, and violence are permitted. The school administration will make the final determination regarding the compliance of all attire. In accordance with JEFCO policy, violation of the student dress code shall include notifying the student of the violation and a requirement that the dress or appearance be corrected before the student re-enters the classroom. Students will have the following options to comply with the dress code for the remainder of the day. You can wear your own alternative clothing if available at school, wear a school-provided gym uniform, or call a parent or guardian to bring alternative clothing. Repeated violations may result in disciplinary action. There is always learning going on at school, so when you're in the hallway, it is important that you keep your hands to yourself, walk on the correct side of the hallway, and use a reasonable level of volume. Walking on the right side of the hallway helps you and others get to your destination quickly, and being quiet helps other students stay safe and then to focus in their classroom. Make sure when you are walking to the bathroom, the office, the library, or any other place in the school, you are following hallway expectations. Go quickly to your destination so that you have plenty of time to use the restroom or fill up your water bottle. Class time is limited, and there is plenty of time to take care of personal needs without leaving class unless there is an emergency. It is exciting to get your own locker, but it is for you and your items only, so don't share your locker combination with anyone else. This will prevent your items from getting stolen. We recommend that you use your locker before and after school and before and after lunch, although you can go to your locker other times if you need to. Backpacks stay in your locker for the duration of the school day unless approved by administration. Plan ahead and think about what you will need for several classes so you have more time between them for personal needs and to say hi to your friends. Keep in mind that administrators are allowed to check lockers at any time if we have reason, so make sure you only have school appropriate items in your lockers. Many students ride a bus to school and back home, and almost always we ride buses to go on a field trip. It is important that you follow the bus driver's instructions as they are needing to keep everyone safe. You can lose bus privileges for inappropriate behavior, not following bus rules and safety expectations. This means that you would have to find another way to get to and from school, which affects you and your family. Make sure you have your bus pass with you every day. There will be an activity bus on Tuesdays and Thursdays for students who ride the bus regularly. This is for students who are staying after school to work with a teacher. Everyone will be notified when the activity bus will begin. There is no fee, but students must have a pass from the teacher that they stayed with in order to ride the activity bus. Safety is our #1 goal at Deer Creek. You may not bring any type of weapon to school or on school grounds. Any type of gun, knife, or slingshot is considered a weapon. However, anything that you use to intentionally harm someone can also be considered a weapon. If weapons are brought to school or used, there will be a serious school consequence and can potentially involve law enforcement. Don't ever bring a weapon to school or on school grounds for any reason. If you know of someone who has a weapon at school, report it immediately. Verbal or physical fighting is not allowed. In addition, we do not allow fake fighting as it can be seen as real. Self-defense is defined as blocking or running away. If there are fights on or off school property, there will be consequences. If you know that there will be a fight or if you witness a fight, do not get involved and tell an adult immediately. We have high standards for students at Deer Creek, and you should too. No one wants to be at a school where people are fighting. It reflects poorly on the students, staff, school, and community. E-cigarettes, vape pens, real cigarettes, dip, and chew are all forms of tobacco. Deer Creek takes a strong stance on the use or possession of these products in or at school. Any device that delivers nicotine to the body is included. If you see or know of tobacco that is at school, tell an adult immediately. Any consumption, distribution, or possession of alcohol or drugs of any sort will result in school consequences and could potentially involve law enforcement. This includes drug paraphernalia of any kind. Make sure you read the rules on over-the-counter medications and prescribed medications. Providing any of these can result in significant consequences. Everyone, student and adult, should feel welcome at Deer Creek. When students are unkind and mean to others, it affects the individual, their family, other students, and our school community. If you are having challenges with unkind and mean behavior, please let a trusted adult know so we can help. Harassment is another topic that we need to address. Harassment is behavior towards another individual or group that is meant to or accidentally intimidates. This can include the repetition of abusive behavior, including name-calling, continued targeted intimidation after problem-solving attempts, and adult support, threatening behavior or language, which can include social media, racial slang terms and derogatory language such as racist terms, sexual identity comments, sexual harassment, whether verbal or physical, are all forms of harassment. So is racism, sexism, homophobia, genderphobia, and many others. Harassment and discrimination needs to be addressed and reported. In a community, it is not okay to allow unkind and harassing behaviors to happen, and we need to address and support all of our school community. Everyone should feel welcome in our school and have an equal opportunity to benefit from a safe learning environment. Report any harassment to a trusted adult, such as a teacher, a support staff member, a counselor, an administrator, a parent, and have them report it to us, or you can use Safe to Tell. Safe to Tell is an anonymous reporting system for students, families, and community members. Safe to Tell is good to use when there is a threat of harm to self or others. Safe to Tell is available 24 hours a day, and you can include pictures or screenshots. If you are worried about yourself or someone else, please report it. There is always an investigation, whether by school officials, security, or law enforcement. Safe to Tell works when there is sufficient information. If you or someone else needs help with something happening at school, please report it to the school. We cannot help if we don't know. Don't wait. Tell right away. Reports directly to someone at school are confidential, meaning no one tells who reports something. Reporting at school helps us get the needed information and follow up in order to solve problems. Safe to Tell is a great tool, but sometimes there is not enough information for school staff to respond efficiently and effectively. You can email or talk to an adult at school with a concern or a problem. You can also fill out a report in the office. We use restorative practices at Deer Creek. Restorative practices require that students focus on the harm their misbehavior caused others, and what they can do to repair that harm and restore and strengthen relationships that may have been affected in the process. Advocate if you are needing support. Go to a trusted adult, such as an administrator, counselors, the social emotional learning specialist, teachers, or Deputy Allen. We'll address ideas and conflicts and concerns early. We expect students and adults to engage in restorative dialogue in order to help solve problems. A restorative approach is an individualized response. It could look like an informal or a formal restorative conversation. A restorative approach focuses on identifying harm, taking ownership, identifying how to repair, and learning or doing something different. We want everyone to be able to own it, fix it, and change it. With restorative approaches, there are some situations and events that do require consequences, such as community service, lunch detention, in-school suspension, out-of-school suspension, law enforcement involvement, or expulsion. These can still be paired with restorative practices and repairing of harm. The Deer Creek staff are here to support you, and we want you all to feel safe, empowered, welcome, successful, and connected to our school and your learning. You are a part of that. Thanks for listening.